All right, welcome back, business students, to this explainer. I am super thrilled you're here today because, well, we're making a pretty massive pivot. If you've been following along in our journey through Connect Master Management Information Systems, we literally just wrapped up Module 7, and that was all about managing the inside of a business, right? But today, in Module 8, we are throwing the doors wide open and looking outside. We're moving from internal systems to your external social media strategy. This is the Strategist's Playbook, where we're going to learn how to actually master social media information systems. So grab your notes, get comfortable, and let's get into it.
Okay, so here's our game plan for today. We've got 5 key areas to hit. First, we're looking beyond basic business systems. Second, the anatomy of an SMIS. Third, we're going to decode consumer behavior data. Fourth, we'll walk through a 6-step framework for SMIS success. And finally, we'll dive into the wild world of AI in social media.
Let's just jump right into it. Section 1, Beyond Basic Business Systems, where we compare Module 7 to Module 8.
So think back to Module 7 for a second. You guys just got a handle on internal business management systems. You learned how HR software handles recruiting and payroll, or how inventory systems stop a warehouse from accidentally overstocking. And those systems, absolutely crucial for keeping your own house in order. But now we're flipping the lens. Module 8 is all about the social media information system. We aren't just looking at our own employees or our own shelves anymore. We are looking at how businesses strategically connect with the entire world.
And when I say the entire world, I literally mean it. 5.66 billion. That is the staggering number of social media users globally. To put that into perspective, that's nearly 70% of the entire human population. I really want you to let that sink in for a second. This isn't just about posting a fun photo on a Friday afternoon. It's about massive, unprecedented market potential. When you walk into a boardroom as a business professional, this exact number is why social media strategy commands a seat at the table. Your customers are already here, and your business needs a systemic, calculated way to reach them.
But, before we can strategize, we really need to look under the hood and understand the architecture. So, Section 2, Anatomy of an SMIS. We need to nail down exactly what this is. A social media information system, or SMIS, is a specific type of information system that supports the sharing of social media content to network users, and it's built on 3 distinct roles. You've got the providers, like Facebook and Instagram. You've got the sponsors, which are the businesses actually utilizing those platforms. And then you have the communities, the users themselves. I can't emphasize this enough. For a business pro, an SMIS is not just some app on your phone. It is a heavily engineered structural business tool with very specific mechanics.
And like any robust system, an SMIS relies on 4 core components: hardware, software, data and procedures, and people. Let's actually make this concrete. Imagine you run a local coffee shop. Your hardware? Well, that involves the massive cloud servers owned by Instagram, sure, but also the smartphones your customers use to look at your posts and the tablet your barista uses to upload them. The software is the Instagram app itself, plus that back-end analysis dashboard you check to track engagement. Data and procedures, that's the photo of the new latte you just posted, your content data, plus the security protocols keeping your shop's password safe. And finally, people. That's your staff managing the profile and your loyal community of local caffeine addicts double-tapping the post. All 4 of these elements have to work together perfectly.
Now, what's genuinely fascinating is how we use that exact architecture to practically read our customers' minds. Let's hit Section 3, Decoding Consumer Behavior Data.
Basically, consumer behavior is just the study of how and why people buy and use goods or services. Now, back in the day, companies had to rely on really clunky surveys or expensive focus groups to figure this out. Not anymore. Today, every single like, click, share, and view gives businesses just unprecedented levels of data. We aren't guessing anymore, guys. We are mathematically decoding exactly why consumers make the purchasing decisions they do, and we're doing it in real time.
And the thing is, different platforms give us entirely different lenses into this behavior. Say you're managing a residential landscaping business. How do you actually use this? Well, you'd use Facebook Audience Insights to target local homeowners. You can literally see purchase behavior and local demographics to find people who are highly likely to buy lawn care services. But for Instagram Insights, you'd use that entirely differently. You'd post gorgeous before and after photos of your garden projects and use the data to see which visual stories get the highest engagement from specific age groups. Meanwhile, hopping over to Twitter's account home, you might track tweet metrics to see if local real estate influencers are complaining about neighborhood curb appeal. It's one business, but 3 totally different data tools, all working to decode the consumer.
All right, so you have the architecture and you have the data. How do we actually pull this all together? That brings us to Section 4, 6 Steps to SMIS Success.
These are your 6 non-negotiable steps to SMIS success. Let's systematically run through these using a sports equipment store that's launching a highly targeted campaign for a premium running shoe. Step 1. Develop goals. Let's say your goal is simply to increase brand awareness for the specific shoe in your city. Step 2. Set metrics. How are you going to measure that? You set up KPIs, key performance indicators like tracking a 15% increase in click-through rates to your online store. Step 3. Target market. Who actually wants this shoe? You use demographic data to target active runners between 25 and 40 living within a 10-mile radius. Step 4. Define value. What do they care about? Well, your target market values durability and performance, right? So your posts specifically highlight the shoe's lifespan and ergonomic design. Step 5. Make connections. You launch a campaign offering a 10% discount if they share a photo of their current worn-out running shoes. That drives deep, interactive user engagement. Step 6. Analyze data. Finally, you pull the reports. Did the campaign hit that 15% click-through rate? You analyze the data to refine your very next campaign. And boom, that is the playbook in action.
So let's see how this all builds into the final phase of our playbook. Section 5, AI in social media. Artificial intelligence is, without a doubt, completely revolutionizing how we interact with SMS. We can break this down into 3 super powerful tools. First, social listening. This uses natural language processing to detect the actual emotion and tone of a post. Second, predictive audience targeting, which uses lookalike modeling to find new customers. And third, influencer discovery. Let's apply this to a small handmade online jewelry business. Instead of manually searching for hours, this business uses AI social listening to detect when people are expressing positive emotions online about custom silver rings. Then, AI predictive targeting takes a look at the business's best customers and automatically finds thousands of new people with the exact same browsing habits. Finally, AI helps them discover the absolute perfect micro-influencer whose followers genuinely match their brand vibe, and then tracks the exact return on investment from that influencer's posts. Honestly, it's like having a digital marketing team that literally never sleeps.
But listen, AI isn't just for marketing and sales. It is absolutely crucial for protecting your brand's integrity. We have to talk about synthetic media, specifically deepfakes. Malicious actors can use AI to make it look like a company CEO said something horrible, or even fake a video of a product completely failing. So how do we fight AI? Well, with AI. AI detection systems look for highly specific factors to flag suspicious content. They scan for visual artifacts and lighting inconsistencies that a human eye would completely miss. They look for temporal inconsistencies, so analyzing the pixel flow from frame to frame to see if, say, lip movements are mathematically unnatural. And they track metadata, analyzing hidden timestamps and digital watermarks to verify exactly where a file came from. In today's digital landscape, playing defense is for sure just as important as playing offense.
And I think that brilliantly illustrates just how complex and vital these systems have become. We've gone from the internal, closed-off systems of Module 7 to the massive, dynamic, AI-driven external networks of Module 8. So I want to leave you with a final provocative thought here. Think about your absolute favorite brand, a coffee shop, a clothing brand, maybe a tech company. How do the components and frameworks of a social media information system apply to a business you interact with every single day? How are they using data, procedures, and AI to reach you? Keep your eyes open, because this playbook is happening all around you. Thanks for hanging out with me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.